Hey everybody, Mr. Nightspyder here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Edge of Spider-Verse. This is a version of Spider-Man, a clone to be exactly, that took up the mantle of Spider-Man way back in the day. He later then got infected by the Carnage symbiote and became the Spider-Carnage. So let's take a look at the packaging. Here you see here the figure, and then it says build a figure over here, absorbing man, and then it says once again Edge of Spider-Verse. This is technically Ben Reilly's. It's not Peter Parker. It's a similar one. You may have recalled seeing the Spider-Man with the hoodie, the Scarlet Spider. Basically, this is him. And on the side, you have some graphics of Ben Reilly there. And then you have Spider-Gwen, aka Gwen Stacy. And on the back here, I don't know if you can read that, it goes, when radioactive spiders are turned loose in the lab, these scientists obtain web-slinging superpowers. And then you have some images here of these two. You can take a close look at the other variations within the wave. I'm still keeping an eye out for that Venom, which builds Absorbing Man, and then there are, you can reread that if you like. So without further ado, let's open this guy up and take a look at the actual figure. And here we have Spider-Man out of the packaging. Now before we take a look at him, I'm going to go over some accessories. These are the arms it came with. These are Absorbing Man's arms. It's very interesting, though. I mean, I don't plan on building this Build-A-Figure, but look, the pegs are completely different sizes, so that seems a little odd to me. You get a second pair of gesturing hands. It's pretty standard for all the Spider-Man figures. Usually, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a pair of gesturing hands as well. And I like to call, you have, hit that, you adjust. You got some thwipping hands when you want to get some web shooting poses. And then last but not least, we got the Carnage hands. So pretty cool. Now, as I was looking at this figure, I have to say that the line work on the paint is probably the best and the sharpest I've seen on a Spider-Man figure to date. I mean, look at that clean line work through there. The ab crunch, when you lean back, it's still painted all the way through. You go on the back, same thing, painted all the way through here. Very clean work on all this. Even up into the head, I don't see any blemishes. This is the best Spider-Man work I've seen them do. So that says a lot. The only thing they did differently is the web shooters compared to the older one. They didn't paint these at all. The last one they had on the Scarlet Spider was like silver with some black line work, but none at all. Even the fists are fairly done well with the paint. Right, even here, even that little speck, it lines up perfectly. So a lot of attention to detail. So best work I've seen. Of course, they keep doing stupid shit like that, but best work I've seen on a Spider-Man figure to date. But I have a confession to make. The real reason I purchased this Spider-Man figure was not to have another Spider-Man, but to have another variation of Carnage. So before I do all the articulation and that good stuff, let's swap this guy out. So let's take the head off. They pop right off. Let's see the best way to get the leverage to get this bad boy on. Come on, get in there. There we go. Click. So now we have Carnage, the Carnage head. And these are the fist ones you get with it as well. So let's pop that in there. Fairly easy. Pop the other fist out. Fifth, blah. Well, there are 5 fingers, so whatever. And there we have it. Spider-Carnage, wanting to destroy the universe. And that, if you've seen the 90s cartoon, it is true. He wants to destroy the universe. So as you saw there's a ball joint on a hinge. So you get back that far, down that far, and then a full 360 rotation. This one you have the butterfly joint, which just is, once again, going back to what I said about the best Spider-Man work I've ever seen. This one's probably the best joint I've ever had done. Like, not like it moves, and then I don't have to hold one to get to the other to bend the shoulder. So 360 rotation there, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then these 360, and then they're on a hinge on both sides. And then you guys saw earlier, you got the ab crunch, and then you had the wave swivel, so you could go like all poltergeist on them. Same as the other ones, kicks out to there, barely goes back, side barely. You have an upper thigh rotation, which is, this one's pretty tight, double jointed knees, and then you have the rocker and ankle pivot. So excellent articulation. The only thing I do wish they had is the shin swivel. All the Spider-Man figures need to have that, so you could get those really low poses, and then you could like turn the leg to balance them. But as of right now, you're not getting that with these figures. So I can't wait to, like, I'm real huge on my symbiote set, so I can't wait to get some pictures and add this guy in. Like I said, this is probably the best work I've seen on the Spider-Man figure as far as solid joints. Everything feels nice and tight, but not tight where you feel like you're going to break something. The paint work is phenomenal. So if you can still see this guy around, I've put in this review off for almost a couple of months, but if you still see him around and you happen to come across him and you're a Spider-Man fan, a Carnage fan, I recommend getting this. Swoop him as quickly as you can so you don't spend scalper prices online. But tell me your thoughts. Like the video, comment, share, subscribe. This is the Night Spider Collector signing out. Have a good one. Peace.